Hey there, fellow business owners. Welcome back to another episode of Tips for the Trades podcast. And I'm your host, Jeremy Lowe, a business trainer with over 40 years in the HVAC and electrical trades, training companies how to build better businesses that are more profitable. Today, we're diving into a topic that can truly transform your business, creating a rocking company culture. Now, you might be wondering, why is company culture so important? A great culture can be the secret ingredient that sets your business apart from the competition. You see, it not only attracts and helps you retain top talent, but it also drives customer satisfaction and loyalty, which in turn simply drives your profits higher. So let's find out how you can build a rocking company culture that will take your business to the next level. All right, before we jump into the steps for creating a great company culture, let's quickly discuss the benefits. You see, when you cultivate an exceptional culture, you create an environment where employees feel valued, motivated, and connected to the larger purpose of the organization. This boosts morale and productivity, reduces internal employee conflict as everyone tries to pull on the same side of the rope, so to speak. But it will also lead to higher customer satisfaction, less stress for you as an owner or manager, and ultimately increased profitability. There is a direct correlation between having a great culture and a company's profit and growth. The most successful companies in our industry today list having a solid company culture that everyone believes in as having been a bedrock of their success. Simon Sinek, an author, motivational speaker, and marketing consultant, said that, and I quote, "The responsibility of a company is to serve the customer. The responsibility of leadership is to serve their people so that their people may better serve the customer. If leaders fail to serve their people first, both customer and company will suffer." Your company culture is an indication of how well you're serving your employees. Remember, yes, it's the customers who pay our bill, which generates revenue, but it's really our employees who turn that revenue into the company profits. Now that we know the benefits of building a phenomenal company culture, let's dive into some simple steps to help you create a great culture. Step number 1. Clearly define your values. You need to clearly define your company values and communicate them effectively to your team. Think of these values as guiding principles that shape your culture. For example, if exceptional customer service is a core value, make sure your employees know it and strive to embody it in their interaction. Perhaps a core value is adaptability. Again, make sure your employees understand what that means and how to apply it in their job. Create 4 to 5 core values rather than 10 values that overlap. Keep it simple. Choose values that are unique and can be clearly identified as being displayed by an employee and are measurable in your team's performance. Get feedback from your employees about what they feel are the best core values that are a fit for not only the company but for them as well. These should be values that every team member can support and understands once you have defined these core values and post them where every employee can see them. Simply having core values and posting them in a nice piece of wall art is not going to effectively see that those values are used in your organization. This brings us to step number 2. Lead by example. As the leader of your company, it's crucial that you walk the talk. Your employees look to you for guidance and inspiration, so make sure your actions align with the values that you've established. Show them what a customer-focused culture looks like by always going the extra mile for your clients. Empower your staff to put customers first rather than get bogged down in, well, this is our company policy. Remember, our job is to create customers who don't just do business with us again in the future, but are so ecstatic with the service that they receive that they create other customers for us by becoming our raving fans. And this only happens if, as owners and managers, we lead by example. Step number 3 is training and development. You must invest in training and development programs that focus on both technical skills but also soft skills. This will empower your employees to deliver outstanding customer service and foster a culture of continuous improvement. A happy and knowledgeable workforce is a key cornerstone to a great company culture. If an employee is struggling with displaying a core value or doesn't understand what the core value entails, offer some training, guidance in how to display that value, or mentor them as they try to display that value. All of these things are aimed at helping them understand the importance of always displaying and adhering to your company core values. Make sure they understand not just the dictionary definition of the word you've used for the core value, but they also understand how you as an owner want that value to be exemplified in your company. Provide real illustrations of how that value has been exemplified in the past, and perhaps some hypothetical situations of how it could be used in the future. Step number 4 is communication. Open and transparent communication is the backbone of any thriving business culture. Always encourage your team members to share their ideas, concerns, and feedback. Create channels for regular two-way communication to ensure everyone feels heard and valued. Also, create a method for people to give feedback anonymously. All of these things create a sense of belonging and strengthen the team dynamics, especially when someone feels that they are contributing to the success of the organization by bringing a new thought or new idea. Also, celebrate value wins as a team. If, for instance, a core value is adaptability, and an employee demonstrates that value in a unique way, reward that employee with some verbal praise, perhaps some recognition in front of their peers. And hey, it doesn't hurt to give them a little financial love if they really represent the core company values and go above and beyond. Finally, step number 5 is team building. Great company cultures don't develop in a vacuum. Again, I emphasize this. You just don't put some core value words on a wall and think your job is done as an owner or manager. Great cultures blossom from the cohesion the teammates develop trying to support and represent those goals. But you must live and breathe and sleep those goals. To be able to have teammates support and represent those goals, your team must become a cohesive family. So, keeping family in mind, create some opportunities outside of normal business hours for your employees to bond, to have some fun, socialize, and develop relationships that are based less on business and more on personal friendships. Also, make where you work fun. Set aside an area for some games, perhaps bring in some exercise equipment, or company lunches or breakfasts, where each attendee shares an unknown fact or story with the rest of the group. Sponsor a cook-off or a talent show. But here's the key. You have to get your people engaged and excited about where they work. The Japanese have a word called ikigai. Ikigai simply means what gets you up in the morning. And no, I'm not talking about the alarm clock. I'm talking about what drives you to do what you do. Building a great company culture by building a great team that's cohesive leads to employees having an ikigai when it comes to their job. Yes, it costs money to take time to do team building exercises, or perhaps to pay for food, or even lose a little efficiency by allowing your team 15 minutes to play a pool game or something. But I'm going to tell you, I've seen personally in many companies that the investment you make financially in team building pays you back in spades when it comes to enhanced customer satisfaction and overall company profitability. Listen, if you are enjoying the information I'm presenting, be sure to personally send me an email at education@servicefusion.com To get more information on the different business training classes we offer in our state-of-the-art facility in Dallas, Texas. There you can learn how to profitably price your service work and deliver a level of service that customers will pay more money for. You can also find out how to measure the financial condition of your company and improve it through 2-day intense boot camps. One of these boot camps also focuses on developing and incorporating a quality management program in your organization as a leader. One that drives a zero-defect mentality that has a customer-first focus. By doing things right the first time, it's going to excite your customers and improve your profits, all while making your business easier to run. You can also learn in a 2-day boot camp how to build a service agreement program from scratch and leave the class with your program, or take your existing program to the stratosphere with tips and techniques from the companies holding the largest number of service agreement in the service trades. All right, my friends, now that we've covered a few of the key steps to create a rocking company culture, let's address a common challenge. This is the one big problem that companies face with developing a good culture: dealing with a toxic employee who doesn't conform to the culture you're trying to develop. Now, this may sound stupid, but I want you to close your eyes for a moment, unless you're listening to this driving, of course, and I want you to picture something. Think of a garden filled with beautiful flowers, all kinds of flowers, different types, different vibrant colors, sweet smells, drawing butterflies, bees, and songbirds. And that garden is next to a small babbling stream with a nice comfortable bench for you to rest amongst the flower garden. It's a beautiful and peaceful place to relax and recharge your batteries. However, on one visit, you notice there is a weed. And as you visit repeatedly, you notice that weed begins to cause havoc by growing and choking the life out of the plants around it, ruining your garden. Now, you know that if you don't do everything you can to eliminate that weed, it will continue to spread and possibly destroy the entire garden, ruining your relaxing retreat. So let me ask you, would you simply walk over and step on the weed and hope that it doesn't grow back? Or would you rip out the weed roots and all, search for any other weeds, and remove them so your garden prospers? I think you know the answer. Similarly, today in your business, just like one weed can grow and multiply and choke out a garden, a toxic employee can poison the atmosphere of your entire company, affecting productivity, reducing morale of your staff, and even leading to other staff members exiting your company because they don't want to deal with that toxic employee anymore. So what do you do when faced with a toxic employee? Well, here are a few ideas. Number one, identify the toxicity. Before we say that an employee is toxic, let's make sure that they're displaying the correct signs of a toxic employee. After all, they could just be having a bad week, a bad month. They could be under a lot of personal stress at home. We never know. But if we see signs of consistent negative behavior, such as spreading gossip, inciting problems by claiming other people's work and blaming problems on everyone else, undermining coworkers, shirking responsibility, not bringing anything to completion, or following basic company procedures. If they're sabotaging your company core values or creating consistently a poor customer experience or displaying a lack of respect to you, your managers, or your teammates, then don't ignore the issue. It can spread like wildfire. It's a weed that will choke out the rest of your garden. You can find this toxic employee not only by personal observation, but also by getting feedback from fellow teammates. But again, please make sure that this is really an issue with the employee and not an issue with the employee's life that's affecting a good employee and making them work poorly for a short period of time. If you've identified a toxic employee, the next step is to communicate your concerns with them and set realistic expectations for what you want from them. Have an honest and open conversation with the employee about their behavior and the negative impact it's having on their team. Communicate your expectations of improvement, how you want them to improve, what the benchmarks are, and make them measurable, and then give them an opportunity to change. Part of giving a teammate an opportunity to improve is to provide support and coaching. Offer resources such as your personal interest coaching or professional development opportunities or classes to help the employee address their toxic behavior. Sometimes people don't even realize that they're acting in a negative way and they just need a little guidance to turn things around. If an employee is working towards making progress, provide feedback and recognize the improvement quickly, even if it's not coming as quick as you would like and is not as large an improvement as you would have expected. Remember, if it's a lifetime trait, it's going to take time to change it. So allow an improving employee to continue to grow without berating them for slow progress. Give them the proverbial pat on the back and watch them grow. But there are times when toxic employees simply cannot be rehabilitated. In that case, you have to take immediate action. If the negative behavior persists despite all of your efforts, it may be necessary to part ways with the employee. Keep in mind that protecting your company culture is essential for the long-term success and growth of your business and customer satisfaction. As painful as it is to terminate an employee, your culture will never improve till you cut out the cancer from within. And yes, I've heard this from a lot of companies, but this is a person who's been with me the longest. Or maybe this person knows more about how my company functions than everyone else. The fact of the matter is, if they cannot be made less toxic, they do more damage than the cost of losing them. All right, my friends, let's quickly review the main points we covered today. First, we discussed the benefits of having a great company culture, such as higher productivity and customer satisfaction. Then we explored some simple steps to create an exceptional culture. Define your core values, lead by example, invest in training, foster open communication. And finally, we talked about how to address toxic employees and the importance of helping them change or taking corrective action and terminating them to protect and improve your company culture. So now it's time for you to take action. Start by examining your company culture and identify areas where you know you can make improvement. Sit and consider and make sure that all employees provide input to establish your core values and make them a focal point of your business. If you implement the steps that we discussed today, you will be able to watch not only your business thrive, but rock with an amazing company culture. So until next time, this is Jeremy with the Service Fusion Business Academy. Used by over 8,000 companies today, come see why Service Fusion's workflow management software is making waves in the service trades, helping companies become better organized and more profitable. Now, Service Fusion is offered with the best curated flat rate system in the world, allowing you to take your customers' attention off your labor rate and put it where it firmly belongs, on your value as a professional company that will solve their problems. If you are unfamiliar of the concept of flat rate or have not yet implemented it, make sure you contact us. Let our team at Service Fusion help you take your business to the next level with our customized support, live, in-class, and remote training at our Business Academy, where we teach businesses not just how to survive, but how to thrive in today's market. Now go out there and build something great. This is your trade, this is your business, and it's going to be your legacy, so make it count. Remember, in the trades, every small improvement adds up to big results. So until next time, keep it growing, keep it efficient, keep it profitable, and keep making your business the best you can be. And hey, just remember this from today's podcast, if you remember nothing else, that only by creating a rocking company culture will you ever unlock the true potential of your business. This is Jeremy signing off from our Tips for the Trades podcast.